Hello everybody, welcome back to Bison Workshop. I'm Bob, and we have a mess in this shop. I've got several things going on here and several jobs, and I know what I'm doing. I'm fixing myself to get confused about something. But anyway, I got the winch off of it, and I decided to go with the bigger one and put some grease in it and see if we can't use it. It's got a bigger spool. I got this line right here and it's 50 feet and I want to use the whole 50 feet. So mine's got, the one I'm using's got a bigger spool than this one. So this one's a good one and it's quiet, but I wanted to put the bigger one on. It's got a bigger spool so I can carry more cable. And but I got good news. I got the seats installed. Let's check them out. Don't pay any attention to my mess. I've got my winch tore apart. There's my fair lead. And there's my gear and out of it. I got parts over there above, right beside the computer screen. Then I got a bracket hanging over there by the, over top of the stove. But we got our seats, man, and look, I already got them dirty. And somebody asked me to show them how I did it. Now I've already done it, and I know I didn't do a video on it because it was going to be a nightmare, and I was correct. So I went ahead and did the job and got it over with. So they fit nice and comfortable. See, here's the other spool that's on mine. That's a bigger one. So it's going to be a bigger winch. So it fits nice. Got my armrest here. I could be styling like I'm cruising down the boulevard. But she still starts. Probably still stinks from that stink bug. Thank you much. That's all it should take. I'll smell them here in a minute. But I think that'll work. They're a little rotten. The foam is not the greatest. I keep seeing pieces of it laying around here, so let me get a piece of that. I've been seeing this stuff here laying around coming out of them seats that I've had to blow out of the floorboard here where it fell out where I was moving it back and forth. So the foam's not all that great in it. And it's got some weak spots in it, like right there you got a spot that's missing or has been deformed. It's probably been sitting on something. Looks like it might have been sitting on a bar or something because it's right here too. So it's probably sitting on its face down with a bar right there. But anyway, for the most part, they'll do fine. This is a recreational vehicle and a work vehicle, so kind of want to have both worlds. Now remember, this seat here comes out with the latch, the other one doesn't, so I'll have to show you on this one what I did. I did the same thing over there. And as you notice, the seat belt comes out with it, the seat belt latch. So we'll get it set up here somewhere where I can show you what I did. So basically what I did, I put this in the place where it was supposed to be in the vehicle. Latched it in. Then I set the seat in there and I figured that it would come right to the edge of a little flat spot there on both sides. It's the frame. So I lined it up to that, and I made a pencil mark right there where I was going to know where to put this back on there when I got this in place. We knew that it was going to be square to this line right here. So once we got that squared, then the rest of them would fall into place. So I had to re-drill and use 1/4 20 bolts to put these in. But because when I got it installed, one side was cocked to the side a little bit. One side has a bolt going up through it, a nut on it, like this one, and then this one has the same thing. These two do not. So I basically just shimmed this side so it would change the trajectory. And that's on the inside. Or no, wait a minute. Yeah, that's the inside. So then I just put my bolts up through there and tighten them down with a wrench right through these holes. These made nice mounting brackets. So now it's the this plate couldn't be drilled in the place that I wanted, but because they got a welded steel bushing that's threaded on the other side of that, and it comes up to about right here, but the hole's right here. So it's a pretty big washer. So I had to come out to the edge of these two pieces of frame that basically does this number. It comes out here and goes over. So I just drilled a hole there and did that. So now I can just take this and put it in. Now this side here, I had to take all this off of it because it stuck out about this far. I didn't have enough room. And by rights I can go ahead and cut this off too, and I will eventually. But I'm thinking maybe I 3D print something to cover this, that I can use this as a mounting bracket. So I want to kind of keep that as an option. And then I just took this bolt out of this, which holds the seat, or the hinge to the seat, pulled it out, drilled this, made it shorter. It used to be about that long. Made it shorter and bolted it right to the seat. So now it stays with the seat. And this one is a pain in the butt to put in. The other side's not so bad. But you don't have much tolerances between it. Very little tolerances. But you gotta hit it just right. There we go. So I can't get them to go back any further. I had to take the rest out of it, which is this part. I just took a grinder and ground the ends off of it. Because all it was just to hold the headrest. So eventually I'll grind them down smooth and you'll never know it was even there. So now I got my center console done. I put the letters on it. They're a little bigger than I like, but hell, I'm going blind anyway, so maybe that'll be a help. So I put them on. So it ain't gonna be long. We're probably gonna start on this hood. But I may have a gun stock video coming. I don't know yet. Talked today with some people and they want me to make them a gun stock, so I may have to put this on hold to make a gun stock. So that's real. I gotta clean this shop before I can start that. I can't have nothing greasy laying around here for me to be getting sawdust in. But the hood will just be the same shape as the original one. Basically all it does is just fold, it comes down and rides the same area, so you already have your contour of it, because otherwise what would be the point of a seal? I gotta fix that, and I have an idea how I'm gonna do it. I'm probably gonna take a piece of aluminum and build a piece that comes around here the same as that other side, and it just goes up in there like that. So I just need to cut that shape out of the piece of aluminum so this will be up there where it's supposed to be. because it's supposed to be right there. I do have this piece somewhere around here. I don't know where I put it, but I do have that piece. But I don't have this big piece. So, I'll show you the, you forgive my mess now, it's a mess. Every tool in here is a mess. Right there is going to be the winch. And there's the winch bracket. I had to cut this because the one that was on this was about that long. A little more than half, or a little bit more than this up here. So, but there's the seats that are installed. This one here, both of them are tight. And you can still use your cup holder. In fact, the seat will actually help keep pressure on it to keep it from flopping. So that's actually a happy accident, man. Because if you put something in there that's that size of that hole, this is protruding into the hole, so it's going to keep pressure on it to keep it from rattling. So we got a built-in spring. And then these, I had to relocate them. I had to move them to the outside of this. They had it on the inside of it, and they had the nut on the inside. Well, that nut was sticking out just like that right there. And it was on this side, and I couldn't never get this panel or plastic plate that's in there in it. So I reversed that and put this on the outside just to gain me another 1/8 of an inch. So that's how precious that measurement was. Is I'm down to the 1/8 of an inch, and you can see it's pressing up against this. So that'll keep this from rattling too, because it is just sitting there and could rattle if there wasn't nothing up against it. So between these two seats going up against it, that's actually not a bad thing to be happening. That'll keep everything from rattling. Everything will feel solid. Seat belts are right where they're supposed to be. In fact, they're down a little bit further because they used to have them up here about like that right there, and it just felt like the seat belt wasn't even going to touch nobody. So it's in a little closer now, and they work. So I wonder if she still starts. Did you tell I like starting it? Anyway, hope y'all enjoyed this and got some good information. It's the best I could do. I just couldn't bring myself to be videoing while I was fighting with them seats. They were, they're not light seats, by no means. But that's the seats that I put in mind and how I did it, and I hope that helps some of you guys that's trying to figure out another seat situation for your side-by-side. I'm starting to like this Arcticat. It seems to be built pretty nice, especially for what I'd be using it for. I'm not using it to go trail riding. I'm using it to help me get around the property and to work on stuff. You know, hell with hauling rocks by the back. So, hope you guys enjoyed this. You guys have a good one. Later.